Hey stars, I am Starry and welcome to another video. Now, disclaimer, before you watch this video, if you're someone from the internet, you can probably just click away because this is not going to be anything interesting. I'm just going to talk about something that happened and give context and stuff, and I just want to make this video now, so I'm going to do it. And if you're someone on the internet, you should probably not watch because you probably won't get any idea of it, but of course you can if you want to. It's up to you. Do you want to just listen to drama? Then sure, it's up to you. Okay. But this is gonna be nothing interesting, so yeah, that's the disclaimer. I'm just gonna talk about some stuff. So today is, as you can see, 27th of April, and 1 month ago, on 27th of March 2022, a lot of things happened, let's say. First of all, I was very depressed, and upon hearing that I'm losing a loved one, it was kind of sad, and I was really depressed, almost very, let's just say, do-die style, and I was already off mood, but then at the same time, I also lost someone on the internet, and I was like, hold on, that is not fair. It's just like more and more bad news, but apparent. Okay, in honesty, it was not really a loss, but it was more of a paradox. I go by what is, online. I use something called the open relations code, but I'll talk about that in another video, to be honest, in a what is style video, for after telling you what is self terms, which is like I need to make a bunch of other videos, so I'll tell you about all that later. But for context, it was basically a paradox created in a set of rules that I use, and while I didn't know what the hell to do when this person could possibly be like cheating or something, I was just like, a better option would be to not go out of rationality and just do something stupid, like I was going to actually, but the try on my life, whatever, I managed to circumvent it. Like I mentioned, I think in the bridge video a few days, 3 weeks ago. It was, I think it was called the bridge video. I'm not sure what the hell that video was called. It was somewhere here. It's probably the bridge video because it's at the start, which is interesting. Anyways, oh my god, I didn't do that. Oh my god, stop, just keep going. Anyways, where was I? This is a great start. I'm not remaking this video, okay? I have to say a lot of things. I'm just gonna keep going. There's no editor, by the way. If you know editing, just join server, let me know your edit, okay? So where was I? Fuck, I forgot. Oh yeah, there. Right. So stuff happened, I feel bad, I was gonna die, but I managed to find logical answers, and I didn't want to deal with it, but it was better to rationalize it than just leave illogical take care, like I was so feeling bad that it was becoming ill, and I just call it illogical. What am I saying? Too much thoughts. The point is, I managed to convert that negative energy into productive work by identifying the cause of the problem at the center, which I wasn't clear for quite a while, but I managed it after a hot second. Took like 2 or 3 days off the internet, figured out some stuff, and said, okay, these are all happening, these are all the problems, but the real reasons why this is affecting me so much is because there is insufficient progress in many forms that I had planned for myself. So it's like, okay, then the logical thing to do would be to make said progress by prioritizing it. Now that I have enough reasons and motive to do so, then motivation is of course a problem sometimes too. So then I would just do it. So I did, and I managed to address all of them and solve them, and hence return in a better form. And I was like, yay, I'm actually doing better than I did 3 days before when I wanted to be doing stuff negative, dark, bad. Okay, but I realized that after successfully coming out of such chaos, I come back to the server, and what do I find? My goodness, it's the same thing I said before, really, on April 1, I think, April Fool's attack. I would call it. Really, it's not even a joke, it's just a stupid attack. A lot of chaos was going on in the server, and private investigations were done, of course, by some people and myself, and I found that there was this person, the editor, Mr. MatPie, and his hate server, so to speak, annihilation server, and this girl Alexei, and a bunch of people who all created a whole ass conspiracy just accusing me of impossible things and crazy stuff, just spreading hate for apparently I don't understand what reason, but anyways, they did. And I was like, well, yeah, they were accusing grave stuff, can you believe it, calling me a pedo and shit, like on the internet, where you can't even shake my hand, and where there is a literal set of rules I made 4.5 years ago. 4.5? 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, about 4.5 years ago I made them. A set of rules that I created for all my social media accounts to base it off a principle of mutual security, as I would call it. It would basically create a window that's actually more of a gate, I think, or like an impenetrable structure. Basically, it will make it impossible for me and the other person to ever meet in real life because of a series of information that are crucial to identify a given person. And doing so, of course, it would be painful for me as well because I wouldn't be able to share some stuff that I want to. But like I said before as well, just the mere act of wanting it doesn't warrant it actually being done so. So I hadn't, in fact, done anything like that. I just I follow my rules that I made for myself, and it ensures the safety and security of both of us. And that is why, through the internet, Big Brain, you actually cannot, in fact, even give me a handshake. Thank you for wow, that's unbelievable. I know. And here they are accusing me of impossible stuff and using, and yeah, I don't even DM people after the October purge of last year. I have completely shut down DMs and turned off even mutual server messages and everything. So I don't even need to block someone. Like literally, it's not possible to message, and I only open it when necessary. You know, I'm like a voice person, and I use the VC a lot more than the chat. And this person, of course, being an exception because Lexi was one of the trusted people I had for a long time, one of the most. So I of course didn't bother much and said some stuff in the chat which was completely taken out of context in this hate server called Annihilation or whatever, and by Mr. MatPie, I think, the editor. And they apparently did what? They apparently sat down and came up with a whole ass way to create a conspiracy and fabricate and frame me for some stuff which if you just look at it from the outside wouldn't make sense at all. That's exactly what they want because they don't really, it's not like they're not focusing on anything except just to spread hate for me, which is actually against Discord TOS as well as I'm sure in any other server that's against their rules too, whichever follows Discord's TOS. You're not supposed to be making hate groups and sitting down and spreading stuff like this to ruin someone's day, being hurtful and painful. Like, I was surprised because it should have been impossible because these were the people I talked with on the daily, right? And it was not making any sense to me. So, and I of course thought I shouldn't really even bother like dealing with them. Like, I don't understand why. First of all, the only thing I got was momentary attention, apparently was what they desired, and they have achieved it. And then that's like so stupid. Like, you're telling me that you're gonna do all that for just a momentary attention that's not even gonna last a few seconds, and throw away someone you talk with for how many days? Like, I personally wanted to, even up to now, just go back to them and question them, like, what the fuck? Well, what do you think you're doing? Like, you're just gonna spread all this stuff about me for no reason? Anyways, I thought it was over. I didn't want to deal with them, so I banned them all. Of course, I didn't even ban them out of anger. I properly tried to make them stand trial, identify the exact mistakes that they did, like I said in the bridge video, okay? And I removed only the people who were actually directly harmful. And of course, I removed a bunch of other suspects like Nathan, Hannah, Okay, Hannah was not even a suspect. She actually said something. And yeah, anyone else? I don't remember everyone's name. It's actually like I did this thing to remember to forget. I actually created this bunch of article explaining what exactly happened so that I can forget about it and not have to deal with it. Exactly, only to remember if I have to in the future. That was the purpose of this article creation and everything like relating to it. But essentially, I try to forget about it and just move on. Okay, so I removed the people who were troublesome and spreading stuff and who weren't being sensible to me, and they didn't give any reasonable reason in the short time. I mean, I was coming back from something so dangerous to me, and none of this was helping with my, let's just say, suicidal tendencies. Okay, but I was just handling it in a very good way, I would say, because I wasn't, again, acting out of irrationality and using only insanely good logic and epic big brainery, of course, obviously. And I managed to tackle it. Or so I thought, until I thought I finished off with this. I wanted to make this video back then, but I was like, no, this is. If I just. They said they wanted attention. Me making a video seems to be just providing them that attention. So I thought I should not make a video or even deal with this, but then it's not helpful. It's not helping me forget about it. It's just like, yeah. So anyways, I thought it was over, and I'll tell you how right now. Like in after 10 days, this happened on April 1. Like I was gone by 27th of March. I came back by April 1, and I saw this bullshit on April 1, and I removed, abandoned them all the bad people. And by April 11, I was actually, it's a Monday. I'm pretty sure it's a Monday. Has to be, right? A Monday or a Tuesday? Yeah, it was a Monday. See, I'm forgetful. Anyways, on that day, it was a Monday, which is, as you guys, whoever watched this channel, know that Monday is a World War Z game day for me. I play World War Z that day usually, not all the time now. Now I think I shift around a bit Monday or Tuesday or whenever I'm free or feel like it. World War Z is not really doing well, but I do play once a week. Anyways, that day was a Monday, World War Z day. I was playing World War Z and doing the daily challenge, weekly hard, something, which I had to do. And out of nowhere, I get like tons of things from the Quackities kitchen, or Las Nevadas as they called it. I think now they call it Club Q. I don't know. In that server, I got so much things. Recently, they introduced an XP system. So I was a voice person, and I didn't really chat. But after they created this XP system, I started talking, and I found out that most of the people there weren't exactly, well, wholesome, let's just say. So I thought it would be a best idea to just be friendly and nice to everyone. And I had a really bad time recently, so I was like, this would be a good change. I'll just talk for a bit, I guess. And I'm not gonna do it all the time. At least I'll get the arcade pass roll, which was needed to get into the VCs. I'll do that. And then guess what? I did. I spoke like 3 hours per day or so, and in 3 or 4 days, I managed to get the arcade pass roll, and I was like, whoa, a lot of people in the chat are now nice and friendly just because I was. Wow, it's like magic. It's like I'm starting a movement of positivity. Like, I don't believe it. And anyways, because of, this is just context, by the way, so how I got into actively talking in the chat, even though I'm a voice person, is because of the XP system, which forced me to do that to get the VC. Because I was someone in the server for, I don't know, like 3 or 4 years. Now my join date is probably fucked because they banned me, but yeah. 2018, I think, or 19, somewhere there. And probably even older, I don't even know. I mean, whenever that video was made about Discord's Got Talent, I think, with Mr. Beast, KSI, and all that, that's the reason I joined the server. But then I don't watch Quackity really, so I only stayed in the server to talk to people. So if you had any bot that measured any metric of VC, I would probably like the top something. Probably top 1, but I don't know. Could be others who are more active than me. Whenever I felt like VCing, I would go there and just talk to new people, random people, just make new friends, talk to more people. That was the main method for years. See, I knew it. I always call it Quackities Kitchen because that was the original server name when I was originally like starting to do VCs. And now they changed it to Las Nevadas, and now even recently they changed it to Club Q, and I don't know what else they changed it to after that. Okay, but in that server I was pinged a lot in the chat amidst my game, and I was like, I was ignoring one or two, but then it kept coming, so I went ahead and checked it out. Like, what the hell is going on here? Why are you pinging me so much? And it seems that this user called Hannah or something was just going around and calling me a pedo in the chat, and I was like, that's very funny. Actually, it's not. Shut up. Like, stop spreading bullshit. I'm trying to play a game here. The weekly. There are zombies near me. Do you understand? The zombies have hands, and there was a gas bag. I died because of this bullshit. I was doing weekly hard. That's 350 blue coin. Why are you giving me so much emotional damage? The blue coins are the rarest currency in World War Z. What do you know about being a gamer? It's such hard work. Anyways, I, of course, just try to ignore her because she's doing it for attention, probably. That was the excuse I got from the hate group, and yet she wasn't stopping. She kept going, and she made so much noise that I saw that my ping was actually, some people were in, like, that server has over 500,000 people, 500,000 plus, and I don't really talk to all 500,000. I only talk to the few hundreds that are active, and I used to host a lot of VCs after I got the arcade pass. I was literally being considered VC host just because I was being nice. Like, apparently that's such a rare thing to do. I don't understand it, but I liked the new change, and a lot of people said it's what's needed in this server. Maybe you should be a mod. Like, I don't know if I wanted to be a mod in a server like that, but I mean, maybe. I don't know, but this whole chaos created a bunch of people to be negative again. They were sending hate messages and stuff. It was like, what's going on? Why are you being so hateful? And they seemed to actually believe in the conspiracy theories. So I was trying to, like, I don't usually message people. Like I mentioned, my DMs are all closed, and even to that server, especially to that server. If you know anything about that server, you should not keep your DMs open. So anyways, I open the DMs for them. Holy shit, the song stopped randomly. Stop doing that, lo-fi girl. Where am I? Okay, there. So the song stopped. What was I saying? God damn, I forgot what I was saying. I'm so forgetful. Yeah, people were becoming more negative, which is strange because usually they're just saying random bullshit. Nothing makes sense. Probably people try to farm XP. I try to hold meaningful conversations. I try to build positivity for the server. I try to host VCs and make it a nice, friendly place for everyone. And also, in the process, also get a little bit satisfaction that, hey, I'm actually making some change. Doesn't really matter how little. At least I'm making some people's day better and just trying to keep the vibe good, you know. And this wave of negativity was starting to pester me. So what I did, obviously the only thing I could think of, I thought it was just a few people, so I opened the DMs and I tried to reply to some of them, but then soon I find that there's more and more people becoming more and more toxic, and I was like, yeah, this is unreasonable, so I stopped doing that, and instead I started to mention the mod, Squint Eastwood, I think his name was Nico in the server, I don't know, and I just said, hey, look, you know, we talked before, I want to tell you that this is going on. These people are people who broke Discord terms of service. Like, there's this guy, I don't know if Sebastian was actually in that server. Yeah, he was trying to dox me. There was Lexi who's trying to spread fake news and bullshit, like hate. Spreading hate is also obviously bad. And I don't know how many else of them were here. But anyways, I was trying to tell the mod in a gist, like, these are people that are banned from another server in my server that is SC, and they're not exactly friendly, and they are toxic, and I don't know if they're toxic. Wait, no, that's not what I'm saying. I was trying to say they broke TOS, okay? They broke TOS, and they were being kind of problematic, so I removed them, and I don't know if that's what they are using as a basis for creating a hate group, or what exactly is the problem. So I don't know. They made a hate group, and now they're spreading some rumors, and this is another person, Hannah, is not even involved at all, and she is just forwarding that message and to a lot of people just to create negative sense. Because for a person, a general common person who isn't aware of any of the context to understand, they're just going to see, okay, this is person A is accusing person B, so person B must be wrong, and this is the alleged proof, which they have no way of checking or confirming, but they're just gonna go ahead with it because hey, it's proof, right? Hey, let me just go to Paint and draw something. Let me just go to Google and just take some picture and then add it into your message and just say, yeah, you did it. That's gonna work. How dumb can people be? I think it's convenience. Convenience is really important. For attacking someone, you require very little, and that's what they used. They just took some pictures of our messages in the chat, in DMs. By the way, that's a privacy breach. You're not supposed to ever share DMs to a big server. But they not only did that, they went ahead and put it to the DMs of other people with the intent to harm and hurt and give me fucking emotional damage. And they did just that. They sent it to a lot of people and they were all becoming toxic, which is ruining my work of creating a positive space where everyone's friendly and, just chill. Like every time I go for a walk, I used to talk in that VC and that was gone. So I tried to tell this mod that, hey, look, this is happening. This person is from another server. They're bringing drama of another server here, and Hannah herself is not even involved. So this isn't involved with your server, which you have put in your rules of Quackities Kitchen that you're not supposed to bring drama here from other servers. You're not supposed to be making hate groups or raids, and you're not supposed to participate in these activities or you will be banned. Blah blah blah. All that stuff said, and yet this person was here doing it and spreading some random stuff. And look at it from my perspective. How am I supposed to handle an army of people? Like, even though if it's 5 or 6, okay, it's not, the thing is, it's not one person, okay, and it's a group of them, and this group is spreading the word to more people, so there's more people talking about it. And even though obviously I haven't exactly done anything wrong, it's not like, it's in order to prove myself, I would have to clear it to all the people involved. And as long as they're gonna go around and continue spreading like random BS, it's just gonna keep expanding. So it doesn't make sense for me. It's impractical, in fact, to go around and talk about it with every single one of them and say, hey, look, this is the context. A long time ago, there was a person called Sniper. I banned him because he wanted a meme channel and I didn't, and he just got mad. So he made a massive, like, I'm supposed to start like from a long time ago. This isn't a story session. In order to explain to someone the context of what's happening, I would have to say so much. It's already been 23 minutes and I haven't even realized. Like, it just keeps going. So like, what am I supposed to do? I can't explain it to everyone, but without explaining it, they're not going to be satisfied. But if they are trying to be satisfied, that means they're involved, even though they're not. So, for example, Hannah here is an example of a secondary spawn, a victim in herself, to be honest, if I may. I actually don't know. I mean, it seemed like the person got banned and still probably believes it, so I mean, it's like they probably believe it. Yeah, they probably believe all these random conspiracy theories. I don't even know, they listed like a big ass list. I don't know how much of it even like makes any sense or why they said that, but they seem to be trying to work on the concept of convenience. When they say a lot of things and use some proof to some of it, then all of it seems to be true to an onlooker who doesn't have any context of anything. And in order to like disprove that the alleged proof and say, hey, look, I also got a proof, this is the actual stuff, I would have to provide all this context, which is completely unnecessary to begin with, because none of it is true anyway, and anyone choosing to believe it does just that. They choose to believe it. They're not supposed to have done that. And in a normal person's case, this would be fine and it wouldn't matter. But when a mod of a server, especially a server that I actively use it, decides to use it against, like, not actually pay attention to these facts. Like, I understand that the mod may have been misdirected by the alleged evidence or so, and also there being a lot of a large number of people in the chat, like 500,000 is maybe a bit too much, like 500,000, but still, I understand that may have been confusing, but that mod actually talked with me, and I literally welcomed him to the VC as well, and he didn't even think twice or even just like ask me. So fine, all that granted, I thought, okay, well, the next best thing to do is, even though I asked help for the mod from the mod, like for like, hey, this is the actual situation, hate groups just hating, I need your help, just deal with this person, they're always coming behind me. When the mod came into the chat, he didn't even check the message, like who pinged him. Instead, he asks, like, who pinged me? It's so stupid, bro. Why would you do that? Just check your inbox. Anyways, someone else, I don't know if it was the hater or if it was someone else from someone else, like of their group, or it was just a random person. Someone said it's Hannah who did that. So he, of course, checks their message and immediately removes me. She gets the upper hand just because he didn't read my message. And I do the next obvious thing that I can. I use my contacts or influence that's still, you know, almost dead. Like it was a person I randomly DM'd and I just said, hey, I need your help. So I tried to get to him. I reached out to the mod, this Squint Eastwood guy, Nico, and I tried to tell him, we need to talk, this is happening, it's not even related to your server, this is an unfair ban, and really I don't know if I should even bother going back to that server, to be honest. But the thing is, I was there for a really long time. 4 years is a massive period of time, and a lot of VCs. I have a lot of, you know, used like intel, and I know that the people there, even though they're crazy, some of them can be really, really nice, and it's for them that even though I choose not to go there a lot of the times because of the toxicity, I try to find the nice people, and when I do find the good ones, it makes it all the more worth it. So I don't know if I will go back, or I don't know if I will stay there, but at least for the sake of clearing the name, which is, this is an unfair ban. You know, I asked them for help and they banned me. That's like going to the cops saying, hey, I have this issue here, can you help me? And the cop just being like, okay, here's your prison number. Oh, what? Oh, okay, we're just gonna exile you to another country. What the fuck? You're supposed to be protecting us. Like, in fact, I actually, in one of our VC sessions and hostings, someone actually mentioned this to me, saying the mods of the Quackities Kitchen server are actually not very good, and they're not even hired in a proper format, and they're not doing their job well. Someone said that their friend was banned for the stupidest of reasons, whereas an actual person doing something wrong manages to go free. Seemingly, it doesn't make sense. It should be the other way around. And I defended their mods by saying, well, that may be so, but you see there's 500,000 people, and I'm sure there must have been some sort of misunderstanding, and that in case something like this happens, you would have to use someone else's help to reach out to the mod and deal with it in that way, so that, you know, you can reach out to the mod and explain them what exactly happened, and then someone will help you and it will be resolved, because the mods originally only exist to deal with the troublemakers, not the ones that are essential members of the community itself. So that was my argument, and she of course didn't seem convinced, the person I was talking to in the VC, and she said still they were banning for stupid reasons. And I was like, yeah, some mods could exist too, because it's a human error and we can't all be perfect, and some people are bad. But when this happened to me, however, I was like, what the hell? That's impossible. Because when I discussed this, I of course knew there was no way I was going to be banned, because I haven't done anything wrong. I am someone who follows Discord TOS. I in fact wish to be partnered with Discord at some point in the future, because, you know, I like Discord. I mean, that's an understatement. I love Discord. In fact, you should be using Discord. Are you using Discord? This video is not sponsored by Discord, but still, you should use it, and join SE. Link is in everywhere. Everywhere. I'm going off on a tangent. The point is, even though I supported them at that point, when this happened to me, I was just like, wow, unbelievable. How could it happen? And so I did what I said they should be doing. So I used someone's help and tried to reach the mods. But surprisingly, they didn't respond, or they weren't being helpful at all. They were pretty much treating me like an outsider at that point. At least Squinty was. And let's just be clear, a lot of names I have used in this video, like disclaimer, some of these names may not be really their name. I have used made up names in this script, and I'm not gonna say which is real and which is not, but the point is, do not pursue them or try to spread hate, because this isn't the idea of the video. The only thing I wanted to do was actually report that mod, but still, the real details I will reach out with the real people concerned. I don't want to make it public or anything. It doesn't really matter, but the issue is how it's affecting me, because I used to talk to people when I go on a walk. Like, simply, I go for a walk, I just go on a VC on, you know, Las Nevada server, I just go on Quackities kitchen server, whatever, and just say, hey, what's up? Random people join. Even though now it's not random anymore because of the arcade pass, it's only our close group of people that we talk with. We were literally like, okay, VC game. We were having fun and just talking with people. That is not possible anymore. It's been 2 weeks since April 11 when I was removed, and I have just felt like I haven't done VCs in a while now, which is strange because I used to do that a lot, like I said, and yet it just feels at least calm without all the chaos. And I don't know, like, the purpose of this video, in fact, is just self-closure. I just want to be done with this issue and context for like future inbound vectors. Like, if there's anyone who's going to talk about this or be like, hey, Starry, what about the April Fool's attack? That's first of all very stupid. Please don't do that. It's not funny. It's hurtful, and I'm just really hurt by this, and I don't want to talk about it because it's literally just, imagine, I literally just lost a server that I was using simply because I didn't have enough people who could understand me. Basically just saying that you're alone and that's it. Like, just saying that you don't have, it's like a social challenge. Just because I don't win a social challenge scenario. Like, yeah, you don't have a lot of people saying, yeah, you're right. That's the only reason you lose, even though you did nothing wrong. That's just how the world is gonna be, bro. Like, that's so rude. That's just like, loneliness in itself is already a pain, okay? And this is just making it fucking worse. But, so yeah, I wanted to make it so that if anyone talks about this in the future, or if I have a situation that requires this being addressed, then I will. So that's the reason I made this video, even though I didn't want to originally. Like, in April 1, I would have made this, because I had so much more energy. I was literally crying. I was like, holy shit, all these people I talked with. Because what is the point of doing anything if you don't have someone to share it with, right? And these were the people I used to share stuff with on the daily, and them acting in this way have deeply hurt me, and it doesn't really make sense to me. It is in fact possible that some of them actually believe it, like I said, like Hannah. It's like, this is the thread though, the issue of secondary response like this, victims becoming some sort of speech enthusiasts, trying to be protecting a really non-existing victim who ultimately, I don't know if it's all Lexi's fault, but she should have never even shared any of that anyway. Like, think about it in my perspective as well. The most trusted person in known history in recent times, through weeks and days of daily interactions, suddenly turns out to never have even been real in the first place. And just doing all that for attention, apparently. I don't know. Doesn't make sense. It's just very hurtful. And also, yeah, I also need to talk about this because it's context for the, you know, philosophical series which are planned, and some of my views have changed, and like builds and stuff, like rules, as a fallout of all this. And well, I don't know. I hope it doesn't happen again, stuff like this. I don't know if I can ever come out of this, but I of course do believe in the existence of some goodness in this universe, or actually maybe there are more than one. In this multiverse, let's say, and that could maybe assist me and heal me. Don't forget to drink some water. And being how complex and painful and hurting it is for me, I might have probably forgotten a lot of stuff. I mean, you remember these paras? Where are those paras? These paras were made on that day, actually, on 8. Actually, I made it 1 week late, apparently. Yeah, I made these paragraphs right here, which I'm not even reading, just for the purpose that I can forget about them. It was literally made with the idea of remember to forget. That's the concept. So that I don't need to think about it unless, I mean, if I have to, then I can just read the paragraph and tell it to whoever says whatever. And that's exactly what I did now. I just read the stuff, I think. I actually forgot if I read it, to be honest. But yeah, I'm very forgetful. And yeah, that might have been an issue. Maybe Lexi didn't lie to me about her age. Maybe I'm the one who forgot. But that doesn't change anything. You still shouldn't have shared private stuff to someone outside the DM. Anyways, I'm forced to remember them right now, so I'm making this vid so that I don't have to again. And just don't talk to me about this, and just, yeah, fuck loneliness. I will just have to learn to ignore the haters, to BH. Like, have you guys heard of that case going on? I don't really know, but my YouTube recommendation feed was like, here you go, you must watch this. And I was like, fine, what is this? Apparently some actors, I'm not saying any names again because I have no clue what's going on, and making it seem like I'm drawing an analog could create more people coming into this from that, which I don't even know about, which I don't want to even get involved with. Like, that's my policy. I don't know how people like to get involved in another person's stuff, but personally I am not as interested in it. I just watched those videos because they were funny and they just kept coming in my recommendation, okay? But at least in their case, the point is, even though there's two sides, you know, both sides have supporters. And in my case, it's like, I'm just me. It's like, me? Them. Like, that's not even fair, bro. But yeah, that's just more, it's just more of a reminder that, yeah, you got no one, you're just gonna fucking die alone. But still. Wait, what the hell am I? Oh yeah, right. I forgot why I wrote this line here. I was actually thinking, yeah, like, this should be a cybercrime or something, right? Like, hitting on someone. Maybe I should take like legal action. But then it's unnecessary, to be honest, because I saw it instead as a means to navigate the internet instead. I should need to learn it, because if I want to be a creator, I'm sure I will get hate. I already had a policy for this as well. I actually have a well-defined policy. Only constructive criticism is supposed to be analyzed and self-introspected for the purpose of better improving the self, and anything negative or hateful must be ignored. And if they're always bothering me or disturbing me, all I can do is just hide them from the channel, or like remove them, like ignore them, or maybe even turn off the comments. It doesn't matter. Like, the point is, I'm trying to share my stuff here with some people who are watching, and maybe so that they can learn from my experience of really bitterness and sadness and pain, so that it doesn't happen to them. The issue is, I trust someone only after a long period of time, and it's very hard to do in the first place because, like I said, trust is a very rare thing for me. That all said, and them being aware of all this, how could they do this to me? It doesn't make sense. And that just creates the argument that, contrary to what they're accusing me of being a pedo and shit, I think children are actually pretty fucking dumb. I actually thought maybe I should make all the servers that I have planned, I should make them all 18 plus. That would be great. But then I realized not everyone are dumb and stupid. I have found some nice people to interact with as well. They are civil, morally adequate, and tolerable, let's just say. So I'm like, fine, maybe this singular event should not be a defining characteristic of all of their kind or whatever. This isn't an issue with everyone. It's just some people, maybe they're having bad days, or maybe it's never going to make what they did right, but whatever they did probably happened for some reason, which I don't ever fucking know. Like, there's the anti-attention idea, like, they said attention was why they did it. So me making this video would technically be a breach of that anti-attention idea, but this video was still made for the purposes I've mentioned before, and it had to be done. So self-closure, context to people, to put this behind, and also to not pursue this, because, like, just don't go after this. So please don't go after anyone, and there's just too much Like, there's a lot of people who are bad in this world, and we cannot contain them all, and it's just better to ignore. So that's all I have to say. Oh my god, it's gonna be 40 minutes. That's it. I mean, we may never know what or why these people did what they did, except for the small mention of the attention seeking, like I mentioned before. Doesn't really make sense to me, and it's also a terrible April Fool's joke. It's not funny, it's directly harmful and hurtful. It got them banned as well, and it's inconveniencing me in another server as well. And that's why I had to, like, especially, that's why, really, imagine if this happens again in another mutual server. I am not going to deal with them, even though I have questions to ask them. Even though I want to, I cannot, and I will not. There is no more space, and it's like, what's the point? You're just interacting with more bad people. This is like punching the air. This is bullshit. It's better to just wear a face mask so that you're safe from, the virus, instead of just trying to take a gun or something and shoot the air. That's not gonna work. And anyways, I will instead just strive to work on and improve myself into better days. So yeah, take care everyone, just don't worry about me. I just wanted to share this so that I don't have to think about it again. And there's no way to make this bite-sized. You make this bite-sized if you can. Like, to whoever's saying, hey, yeah, you should just make it smaller. Yeah, no. As you can see, this is a lot of thoughts, a lot of perspectives, a lot of context connected to another point, and a lot of bullshit, emotional damage. And I have a lot of bits planned, TBH, and consistency is actually being worked on, as you can see. Wait till you see the next one. It's you'll see. I mean, I hope I make it the next one. I mean, I might just not. Holy shit, that script was so long. I haven't even made the full script. I just wrote like, okay, this, that, March 27, April Fools, disclaimer, people, yeah, there are a bunch of words, and then so much is inside. To be fair, I expected 30 minutes, 42 is a bit of an overkill, but it's fine. It's fine. I mean, it's not like, who's going to watch? Did you make it to the end of the video? You must be one of the few people. Oh no. Look, if you're gonna make a hate comment, I don't care. I mean, it would probably affect me, and I would probably remove you from the channel, but apart from that, I don't think I should care, at least, because imagine if I am not able to deal with this. I need to learn more. I have missing information. The internet is dangerous. What? That's impossible. I should be safe online? What do you mean? What could possibly go wrong? Well, this situation really, man, crazy. Like, you know what it did, right? Now, I'm supposed to make ranks for the server. I need to deal with the roles, which I said in the last video. But I'm not able to, like, even open the ranks. Like, I'm just, like, stuck. And that's why I'm trying to make this video, because I want to get unbanned from the server and report that mod to another mod, at least, even if not the admins. Like, I don't want to make it a deal or issue for anyone. Don't really care at this point. I want to just clear the name, go back, maybe talk to some people in VC, but not really sure if I'll stay. It depends on how the situation is. I was at least planning for talking in the chat, which I probably don't know if I will do much. Maybe I will, maybe I'll not. But first of all, this whole situation made me think that, in other servers, the protectors that I believed in no longer exist, but it could just be one or two mods. It couldn't necessarily be everyone everywhere. Most of them still probably help the server, so I could still probably find some help. And that's what we're gonna do with Mel. I'm trying to reach her. She's not even any special person. Like, I just saw that she used to do podcasts. Like, I used to talk to people in chat in VC, and maybe people call it podcast, but that was just for fun and unofficial. She had the power in actual stage channels, and she used to actually do stuff, and she seemed reasonable. So that's why I wanted to try to reach out, and this will be the last effort in fixing the server. Whether or not she will help me return or not is up to her, and if she doesn't, I won't be there. If she does, maybe I could leave. I mean, I'm just gonna leave you that room space there, so it's uncertain what's gonna happen. Whether or not I will go back, it's like, what will I do? Is going out and talking in other servers that I don't have direct power in even useful if people can be so, well, bad? And if it could affect me so much, is it even worth pursuing? Also, what about the ranks? I'm supposed to make roles, and I'm supposed to have trust with people in order to make friendship. But if I cannot address that, how the hell would I be able to, destroy this loneliness issue? I have actual methods for that eventually, but right now it cannot be solved. Discord was the solution to it, but right now it's just frozen, like, I don't know what to do. Maybe time will do its thing, but I must proceed with my plans and, make more progress in every dimension. And this video was an important milestone for that for today, which will let me now do more stuff. So I'm glad I've made this. Maybe it's gonna take another hour or two to upload, and I will just probably do something meanwhile. I will then just see you guys in another video, I guess. And have a good day. Remember to smile. Take care. Don't worry about it. Just learn from the lesson. Be careful with who you interact online. They're not who you believe them to be, even if it's many weeks. Maybe I should do months instead of weeks. Perhaps weeks isn't sufficient. Yeah. Remember to smile. Take care. Love all, and, well, star out.